Right. So before moving on to learning the technology and just we generally discuss something related to this technology, right? So first of all, just we try to again just I'm going to compare this thing with some general products whatever you buy in the market and all, right? So the best product I feel like I'm going to take some comparisons here, right? I'm going to take a product called as mobile, right? Now, just basic question I would like to ask to both of you. Very basic question I'm going to ask to both of you here. Now the question is like, now whenever you want to buy a product at a mobile, right? So if you want to buy a mobile, now what do you see? What are the things you see if you want to buy a mobile?
I would see the features. Okay, I would say
Features.
like features, yes, and then
Okay, let us
what are the
let me list out whatever you tell to me. So you would like first thing the features. Fine, that is the first
features?
thing. Good. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Fine.
yes.
Yeah. Still, any other things you have?
Okay, and then the clarity. I mean, like the video, the camera, what we use.
Yep. Fine.
Uh,
Okay,
these are all
fine.
the things. Okay.
Only features you will see, and okay, that is fine. So you will see internal parts of this.
And
It's fine. Good.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Still,
And
Mainly cost.
compatibility,
cast.
compatibility.
So Jitendra is saying something. Cast. This is also one we see always.
Yeah,
Whether it is affordable. Can I afford
afford.
this mobile? Can I buy this product? Is it affordable in my budget or not? Okay, fine. Next. Do you have any other things like this still?
Operating system.
Okay, fine. Operating system means
I would
what?
see.
Latest functionalities.
Okay, I would see whether it is a big mobile or a small mobile, the size of the mobile.
Okay, easy to
What's
use,
that?
in simple.
And
Whether
manufacturer.
whether we can use this very easily or not.
Yes.
Whether this product, whatever the product you want to buy, it may be a good product with high cost and all. If it is unable to use, it is not user friendly. In simple, if I say technically, if it is not user friendly, you will not prefer to use it. Right, easy to use. One thing you see whether I'm able to understand the functionalities very easily or not. These are the three things, right? So still lot more you will see. Again, this is not a new thing here. So whatever the technology you are going to learn, this is also the same kind of thing, right? Now what actually here, so as a customer of that product, as a customer of that product, you will be seeing its first thing you do is looking into the new features. Means what you will be comparing with what all existing products in the market, right? And you will be seeing what are there in the existing products, and in other mobiles, what features it is are they having, and what features this mobile, whatever the mobile you want to purchase, what it is having. All these things you will see. You will compare the product which you want to buy with some other products in the market, like in the form of like features, or you cost wise, or usage wise, or lots of things. Look and feel, whether it is looks good or not, everything you will see. So generally we'll compare as a customer, and you want to buy a mobile, you will compare with already existing products in the market. Now coming to this mobiles and all, in olden days everybody knows that people uses landline phones. The next generation you have mobiles, and nowadays you have smartphones, right? Now why are you interested? There are three different kind of things are available, devices are available to make the calls and all. Landline phones still available, normal mobiles available, and you have smartphones. Now which kind of products you will prefer to go with?
Uh, I would prefer to go with the smartphone.
Smartphones, absolutely.
Yes.
Why you want to go with smartphones? Because you have landlines as well as you have normal phones.
See, it has got many features in that. It has got
Yeah,
like if you want to conference something, you can
yeah,
just do a
yeah.
conferencing.
The basic disadvantage, if you take the disadvantage of landlines and all, So you need to move to the location where it is located,
Correct.
and you need to use the phone from there only, and it is not provides you basic functionalities like making a call and talking to them. That's basic functionalities. And next generation phones you have like cardless, and then next generation mobiles. Then nowadays you will see smartphones, everything. You can browse the internet and all lots of things you can do. You can capture the videos and all. So all devices all belongs to the same group, but still you will be preferring the latest ones which has latest features, right?
Yes.
And which is as a user point of view, whenever you are purchasing a product, as a user point of view, you are thinking that whatever the product you want to buy, whether this product is giving me the best features and easy to use and within my budget and all, lots of things we'll be seeing. In the same way, if I move on to the same discussion, if I take it into the software industry, right? So there are lots of programming languages are available. So whatever the language you are going to learn, this is one kind of language by using which we are going to develop some applications, set of programs in simple. I'm going to write some set of programs, and you already know, I think if you are a technical guy, you already know how to write the programs. We have various different programming languages are available, and you can make use of any programming language to write the programs. Like that means you have example, like you have C language, you have C++ language, you have Java language, you have .NET language, Pascal, lot more. Every language, any language you can write, any language you can use, and by using any language you can develop the applications. But the thing we need to understand is why the language which you are trying to learn is having this much of popularity among the people, among the programmers. Why programmers loves to work their applications to develop by using this particular language. Why? What is the reason behind this? Though there are languages are available, there are some set of programming languages still available for you. By making use of them, you can develop the applications. Let's suppose I want to write A plus B program. Simple example I'm taking. Definitely I can write a program in C language. I can write this in C++. I can write in Java. I can do this in .NET and all. Why? Programmers are more interested to write their applications by using this language then. So first of all you need to understand. So that is the basic question I asked. Why you want to, I have given you set of mobiles like phones, and you are preferred to work with what? A smartphone. You want to use a product called a smartphone.
Yeah.
And in the same area, there are lots of languages are there. And why you want to use this particular language? I am a programmer. Nothing is there. I am a programmer and I am the user of a software. In simple, if I want to put in simple words, I am a programmer. Means what? I am going to write my programs. I am going to develop my applications by using a software. It can be a C software. It can be a C++ software. It can be a Java software. But why I am going to choose the Java software to write my applications or to develop my programs? You need to understand that first. So that means what? It's the same thing. The features. How it is different from other programming languages. And as a user of the software, what features it is providing to me to write my applications very easily. Right? So as I told you, the application can be developed by using any language, C or C++ or Java. But why the programmers, our industry is more demanding language, this is programming language. Why programmers tries to write their programs by using this application? We need to understand that. So we need to have some basic understanding of this. If you take the example, whatever we have taken, landline, phone and all. So C is one kind of language which you can take it as landline, which has set of features. Right, and next generation you have mobiles like C++ and the smartphones kind of thing, Java, which has more beautiful features which is giving to the programmers, and by using these features a programmer can easily develop his applications. Now what features it is offering and all we need to understand, right? So that if you want to understand these things, we need to compare with already existing programming languages in the market. Is it okay? Right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, that is what we are going to understand today, right? So first of all, whenever you buy a product, first is a basic thing. Why this product I am going to buy, where I am going to use it, how I am going to use it. These things you will see. When you have a need, you will buy it. In the same way, if you want to become a programmer, there are lots of options available in the market. There are lots of programming languages are available in the market, and you need to pick one programming language, or you can learn more also, but the best you will always choose. How it is best from other, we need to know it, and we need to understand it, right? So we'll focus on some features today, why it is different from other languages and how it is different from other languages. We'll focus, right? So just try to describe it, just try to compare the previous languages before Java, whatever are there, how they are used by the programmers to develop their applications, and what happens when the applications developed by using such kind of programming languages, right? So we try to understand it. So I'm going to take one basic programming language called as, right, C, and I'm going to compare it with the Java kind of programming, right? So here, so we have different generations of languages. In olden days, people used to write the programs directly by using languages like machine languages, where the instructions they are directly are going to write. They write the instructions by using what? They used to write the instructions by using directly in the form of binaries. As everybody knows, a machine understands, right? A machine, whatever the machine we'll be talking about, a system or a machine in simple, right? So a machine understands the instructions in the form of binary, that everybody knows. Yes, everybody knows that a system understands in the instructions of binary format. Nothing but binaries are nothing but what? Zeros and ones. That is what a binary format. A machine will not understand the instructions in any other format, simply always in zeros and ones. And we have different set of combinations are available, right? So here everything, any machine you can take, right? So in the olden days, people are used to pass the instructions to a machine. So as a human being, we'll be passing our instructions to the machines in the form of what? Zeros and ones. In the olden days, people are used to write the instructions directly by using like this. Every number or every symbol, whatever you see, has a unique identification, like 0101 is for some number, right? So plus one unique number in the binary. Like this, people use it to send their instructions to the machines by using binary languages. They are machine level languages. Then the next generation languages are introduced. They are called as assembly languages. Then the next generation languages you have, right? So nowadays, whatever the programs we are writing, right? So whatever the programs we'll be writing here, and we'll be writing the programs here by using these programming languages. Whatever the programming languages we'll be using to write your programs, we'll be writing these programs by using our own understandable format. If you have experienced any programming language before, C or any programming language, or if you are using any machine, whatever the documents you will write or whatever the applications you do, generally we'll use our own natural language like simple English and all. And this English, whatever the language we are writing, we are using to write our programs, definitely these things, these instructions, the statements will not be understandable by the machine. Why? Because machine always understand the instructions by using in the form of what? Zeros and ones. Definitely it is not going to understand, right? And it is very difficult to write the instructions by using this kind of binary format. So we have some programming languages are given by using which we can write our own instructions by using our natural languages, right? So like this, let's suppose I'm writing a simple C program, sample.c. So whatever the instructions we write, which should be processed by a machine, right? So we will write these instructions in the form of a human understandable format by using some simple English and some simple operators. We'll be using plus operator, minus operator, which we are habituated to use since our childhood, and we'll be writing our programs by using in the same way. But definitely these instructions, whatever you write, these instructions should be executed on a machine on a platform. Generally, what is a platform mean here? A platform is nothing but it is a combination. So if I any platform you can take example. So generally we say it as what? Platform. A platform is nothing but where I stand, where I do my operations. It is called as a platform. And every application whatever you execute in a machine, in a computer, it will be executed on a platform. And a platform is nothing but in simple, it is a combination of software and hardware. It is not only one. A platform is nothing but a software. It's a combination of hardware. Some hardware parts are integrated together, like you can know this hard disk, RAMs, processors, right, motherboards, and lots of things will be there. And on top of this hardware, there will be some software which is controlling all this software. This is called as operating system. So whatever the instructions you want to execute, definitely by using a machine, all the instructions should be executed on a platform. It is simple, a combination of what? Software and hardware. And in the industry, when you talk about these combinations of softwares and hardware, you will have different combinations are available, right? So example, the softwares, like you are already know about these softwares. I'm talking about like a Windows operating system. Softwares are nothing but some operating systems I'm taking. So you require an operating system to run any application, and only operating system is not enough, right? You require a hardware which is actually going to process your instructions, and the operating system which is controlling this simple hardware. So which in simple I can say operating system is nothing but acts like interface between a user of the machine and the hardware, right? So again, these hardwares will be available in different. In simple, I'm writing Intel. This is one processor. You will get Intel processors, and you have different combinations of the softwares and hardwares. I'm going to Linux is one more operating system is available, and again I'm going to take Intel, right? And I'm going to take some other any other operating systems. Mac is the one famous which is given by some other company. Different platforms and different combinations are available in the universe, right? Now like this you have, now let's suppose I'm going to take AMD is again one more processor combination. You have different processors, different hardwares. Nowadays you will see 32-bit are outdated almost. You will be getting 64-bit hardware as well as 64-bit softwares which will be using. Lots of things will be there. So but it can be any combination you have. Whatever the application you want to execute in a machine, each and every application is going to execute it on this platform. If you want to open a Word document, definitely you require both. If you want to do any operation in a machine, it is a combination. It's a platform is required to run your applications, and the platform is nothing but what? It's a combination of what? Software and hardware. There is a meaning of platform here. Now this platform can run wide variety of different applications, right? This platform can run wide variety of different applications and all. Now my instructions are also the same. Whatever the instructions I'm going to write, nothing but whatever the programs I'm going to develop, I want to run these programs on top of these different platforms. But as a programmer, I will be writing out programs by using some human understandable format, and definitely this format, I cannot directly give this human understandable format to a machine. And if you try to give it also, machine is not going to understand this. Machine will always understand the instructions in the form of what? Zeros and ones. We call them as what? Binary instructions. Every machine understands the instructions in the form of what? Zeros and ones. There is only one format which is understandable by the machines. It can be any machine. It can be any combination. So what we generally do here as a programmer, right? So here our instructions, whatever the instructions we are writing for our reference, need to be converted to a machine understandable format, right? So we need to take some kind of translators. We will have some kind of translators, right, in the market, and you can use these translators to translate your instructions, whatever the instructions you have written by using your language. They can be translated to what? This machine understandable formats, right? So generally wide variety of translators are available. like the example compilers. You might have heard about these things: compilers, interpreters, assemblers. These all are different translators. So they are going to do one task for you. So what is the major task of this compiler, translators, right? They are going to take the instructions, whatever you give, and they are going to convert these instructions into what? Machine understandable format. That is the thing these translators are going to do. Right? Now here, this is what you have here. And writing these programs, whatever the programs I'm talking about, whatever the applications we are trying to write here, right? So these are called as what? We take the help of some kind of softwares, and these softwares are called as programming languages. C is a programming language, C++ is a programming language, and Java is a programming language. Some softwares to write the set of programs. Not all softwares you can use to write the programs. Some set of softwares are there. So these are the languages. Again, they are not different. Language. Again, a general definition you have for a language. A language is nothing but a communication medium between two different persons in general. And different languages are available in the universe. And I am able to interact with you guys by using a language called as English. And is the only one language I have by using which I can interact with you? No. I can interact with you in Hindi language. I can interact with you in Telugu language. Right? So whatever the class I'm taking here, definitely I can take this class in some other language also. I can deliver this lecture in Hindi also. Absolutely I can do this. But what is the difference between if I deliver this lecture in English and if I deliver this lecture in Hindi? I can do this. Both language I can use to deliver this, whatever the discussion we'll be having here. I can deliver this. We can have this discussion in any language, Hindi or English or any other language, but both must be understood. The difference in between these languages, the same content I can deliver in any language, but the difference is the grammar which we use or the vocabulary we use in each language will be different. Telugu will have its own vocabulary, Hindi will have its own vocabulary, English will have its own vocabulary, set of characters, and it will have each and every language will have its own grammar defined. These programming languages also not different from this thing. They will have their own grammar and they will have their own set of characters. Now as a programmer, first thing is when you want to write your programs by using any language in the universe, first of all you need to know what characters I need to use and what grammar we need to follow. Technically we say as syntaxes and semantics. First thing you need to know. So writing a program is not thing here. Writing a program is not simple. So we'll be using a programming language, and every programming language will have its own set of character sets defined and its own set of grammar defined, and you need to follow that grammar, right? And that grammars will be following anyways. This is a fundamental thing to learn a programming language. Syntaxes and semantics and character sets of this programming. And we write our programs and we use these programs to interact with what? Machines. We use these programming languages to develop our applications, and the applications are going to execute it on top of what? A machine, hardware and software, right? So we need to follow some set of syntaxes and all to write the programs. We'll see the syntax, what is the meaning of syntax and semantics later. But what a programmer, what we do after writing a program as a programmer, as a user of these programming languages, we'll be developing our applications. What we do after writing our programs, right? The first thing is, because we'll be writing our programs by using our natural language. Generally these languages are called as high level programming languages. High level programming languages are nothing but the languages by using which we can write the programs by using our own natural language, right? So we need to do one thing here, because this programs, instructions, whatever we have written, definitely will not be understandable by the underlying machine, whatever you are using. So we need to convert it, and we need to take, we are going to take the help of some kind of translators. There are a wide variety of translators are available, as I told, but the best translators we have, and they are called as compilers. Compilation is a process where whatever the instructions we have written, converting these instructions to what? Some other format. It can be any other format. Each language, each programming language is going to convert their instructions into different formats. So it is going to do, basically, it is going to do two things here, I can say. The one is, the compiler is going to check whether the program, whatever the program you have written, whether you followed the syntaxes of the programming language or not. If you are not followed, your program will not be compiled. If you are following, everything is fine with your program, then this compiler is a software kind of thing which is going to take this program as input and it is going to convert this file into some intermediate format, right? And this intermediate format can be any format here, and this is the output which is compiled format of your source code. This is what you are going to do. This is the output of your, can be any file. In general, C, if you take a C kind of language, it is going to generate you a file called as .obj file. Generally, one intermediate file will be generated. This file is called as .obj. This is what .obj file. Different languages will generate different formats of these files, and in C it is going to generate .obj. Now this is the file. So there are two files you have here. One file is the one which I have written, that we call as a source code, which acts like a reference for us, and one file which is generated intermediate file, which is a converted format of your source code and which is converted by some kind of compilers. Now out of these two files, the file which is converted by this compiler can be executed on what? This environment. So execution means here, executing a program is nothing but this intermediate file, whatever the file which is generated, simply executing this program. So as a programmer, we will be doing two things. Any programming language you use will be doing two things: executing, compilation of a program, and executing it. Compilation means converting your source code into some intermediate format, and executing means what? Giving this file to the operating system, and operating system is going to execute it, and executes and whatever the instructions you have written, and it is going to process those instructions. According to your instructions, it is going to display you the results. This is what actually happens when you write any program by using any programming language. So this is the executable file, whatever the .obj. Again, this obj file is generated for only one environment, right? So this intermediate file, think about this is some intermediate file I got here, and the question here is, as a programmer point of view, if you think, right? If you think from the programmer point of view, now this is the intermediate file, and I'm saying this file as an executable file, and this executable file is going to execute on wide variety of these environments, because different softwares you have, different hardwares you have. Is all these softwares and all these hardwares are going to understand these instructions? Are they going to understand these instructions which are generated by this compiler? Is it executable? So this is executable format I have, and this format is executable on each and every environment. Is it possible to execute it or not? Right, there is a major question here to be answered, right? So unfortunately, whatever the file which is generated by using C kind of programming language, this intermediate file will not be executed on all the environments, right? So while generating this file, so it is not possible to run this file on every environment. It is not possible, because while generating this intermediate file, C compiler is going to generate this file targeting to the underlying environment. It will simply generate this file targeting to only one environment, targeting to the environment where it is you want to execute it. So once it is generated to targeting to that environment, this will not be executed on different environments. Now as a programmer, I have developed my application. If you think from the programmer's point of view, as a programmer, I have developed my application and I compiled it, and I am able to execute this in only one environment. What about the other environments? If I want to execute this program in some other environment, what should I do here? It's a straightforward, right? So there is no option left as a programmer. Definitely, You need to compile this program targeting to what? Each and every environment whatever you have. Definitely, because if your source code cannot be executed directly on the environment, definitely you need to have an intermediate binary distribution which is going to execute on top of these environments. Once this binary is generated, once this intermediate file is generated by the C compilers, they will generate this intermediate file targeting to that particular environment, and it is going to run on that particular environment only. It is not going to run on any other environments. If it is cannot run on different environments, as a programmer, it's a very challenging task for me. I need to take my program, I need to compile this program targeting to each and every environment, I need to run here. This is a very big task. If you know the environment, it is fine. If you don't know the environment, right, sometimes it's a very complex task here. Sometimes when you write a C program, because you are writing a C program and this compiler will generate you the C intermediate file targeting to a particular environment. So while writing the program itself, definitely you need to have the knowledge about the hardware and software, nothing but the hardware and the operating system. On top of what operating system I am going to execute it, on top of what hardware I am going to execute it. Definitely you need to have the knowledge of that. Then only you can start writing the program. It is possible, because let's suppose if you want to execute your C program on a 32-bit environment, you need to write your program in, you need to do slight modifications in your program. If you want to run in 64-bit environment, you need to do some slight modifications in your program. So if you have written the program targeting to 32-bit environment, you cannot run in 64-bit environment. So as a programmer, while you develop your program, you need to take care about on what environment you will be running, and you need to write your source code according to that particular environment. It is complex. Once you have written your source code to targeting to that environment, and once it is compiled and it is generated the intermediate file, that intermediate file can run on only that environment. It cannot run on any other environments, and it is very headache. If you know the environment, you can run it. If you know the platform, underlying platform, you can do this. But if you don't know, definitely you cannot write it. It's the biggest drawback you have with these programmers. So this is what, as a programmer, I have a programming language to develop my application, and I will always see what the best, the programming language which is providing the best. So in this place, if I use a programming language called as Java, in this place if I use a programming language called as Java, now what I'm going to do, what Java is going to provide the solution for this. Again, I am a programmer, and I'm going to write my program, nothing but instructions by using a Java kind of application, software Java kind of programming language. So a same story, as a programmer you need to follow the grammar which is given, syntax and semantics which are given by the Java and all. And this is a high level programming language, again is the same thing. You will write your instructions by using our natural language like English or English kind of language, and we need to convert it, because these instructions whatever you write, definitely they are not understandable formats of what the machines. You need to convert them, and when you convert it, what Java is going to do is compilation process. I need to translate my instructions, human understandable instructions, to machine understandable instructions. How is going to do, and what a Java compiler is going to do in this case, right here. This is a very important one, which provides a Java compiler, so which gives you the best advantages comparing to the previous compilers whatever you have. It is going to generate your intermediate format, and this format is called as this format is called as dot class. It's a dot class format, or there is a technical name is given for this format. This format is called as, this intermediate file which is generated by the Java is called as a bytecode. What it is called as? A bytecode. Right? Now then, this intermediate format, how this intermediate format is going to execute on wide variety of different environments. Is it directly binary instructions? That means these instructions whatever you have, this file is going to contain instructions in the form of zeros and ones, right? It is not like that. So this is format. So this is again, I can say in simple, I can say this is what executable format for Java source code. This executable format you have for the Java source code. Now if I directly give this format to any other environment, is this format is going to execute on all environments? How it is possible, right? So this is this format, whatever the format which is generated, this intermediate file which is generated by the Java, definitely this is also not understandable by all the underlying operating systems. No, this is not understandable format. It is not understandable format by all underlying operating systems, right? So this is not binary instructions. As we discussed, the machine understands binary instructions, only binary instructions, right? And this format is not understandable by the Java. This format, whatever the format which is generated by the Java compiler, definitely this format is not understandable by the underlying operating systems. Then how this file is going to be executed? This is not zeros and ones. This dot class file is not zeros and ones. As we discussed, a platform, a operating system in simple understands only the instructions in the form of what? Zeros and ones. Then how this class file is going to be executed, right? So that is where the Java people, what they did is, while executing a Java program is nothing but, so this is a compilation we have, and this is the output of your compilation intermediate file, and while execution this, and this is not definite, this file is not understandable by the underlying environments, and while this format is executing, what is the meaning of execution of a Java program is converting this format to, again one more, converting this format to this operating system understandable format. This conversion will be done by a special software called as, right? This conversion will be done by a special software called as we use, which is given for us, and this is going to be converted. This dot class file is converted by a special program or software, you can say in simple, that is called as JVM. What is this? It stands for Java Virtual Machine. Stands for what? Java Virtual Machine. JVM is nothing but Java Virtual Machine. This is what? A Java Virtual Machine. What this virtual machine is going to do, executing a Java program is nothing but this is the executable file, dot class file, and executing a dot class file is nothing but this cannot be directly executed on top of what? Any environment. So this file we are giving to a virtual machine, and this virtual machine is going to convert this dot class file into underlying environment, and that file is going to be executed. So like this, for each and every environment there will be one virtual machine, and this virtual machine is going to take your dot class file and it is going to convert it, right? So this is how a Java program can be executed in all environments. Now this is fine, but if you think from the programmer's point of view, again the same story. Whenever we discuss the C kind of programming, right? So what, as a programmer point of view, it is very complex process, because I need to write my program, and I need to write my program in such a way that sometimes you need to write your program targeting to the underlying environment. But this headache is not there in the Java. You can simply write your program without bother about any underlying environment where you want to execute. That is the first advantage you have. And you can compile your source code only once, and you don't bother about on what environment I am going to execute it, until you have the JVM which is installed in that software, which is installed in that machine where you want to run your Java program, and it can be run. So simply as a programmer, so if you compare as a C programmer to Java programmer, as a C programmer I am going to do two things, compilation and execution. As a Java programmer also I am going to do two things, compilation and execution. But as a C programmer, I need to compile my source codes. When the environment changes, I need to compile my source code targeting to that particular environment. But coming to the Java programmer, I don't need to compile my program each and every time when the environment changes. Just I am going to compile my program only once, and I am going to make use of the compiled format in all environments. right? So this is what very famous slogan you have: write once and run anywhere. That is what the slogan of Java people. So only write your program once, and while you write your program, don't bother about the underlying environment. Just write your programs targeting to your logic, whatever the logic you want to write, and focus. Just you can focus on that logic. No need to bother about the underlying environment where you want to run it, and write it once. And once this intermediate file, the executable file, .class file is generated, and this .class file can be executed on any other any environments, and that environment must have a virtual machine installed. If the virtual machine is installed, there is a supporting virtual machine which converts your .class file to a like underlying machine instructions, so you can execute your .class files in all environments. So if you think the programmer's point of view, right? So as you said, like whenever you choose a product, I will see the features. Now if you see the programmer's point of view, you can develop the program by using C language, as well as you can develop the program by using Java language. So it is giving more features than what C kind of programming. So the features, whatever the list of, there are 1 or 2 features I have discussed in this example, but there are n number of features you have comparing to C and Java. This is one feature. So as a programmer, I'm going to write my application, and without bother about underlying environment, I can run my application right on any environment where the virtual machine is present, but it is not possible with C. So whatever the intermediate file which is generated, this file can run on any environment, and it cannot be directly executed. That is one point you need to keep in mind. It will be executed, it will be converted to that particular operating system environment through a special software called as what? Java Virtual Machine. And by using it, that class file is converted to that particular environment understandable format, and it is going to be executed. This is the one feature you have. This feature we call it as, this feature is given, and this feature we call as, it's a very important thing here, and this is called as Java programs are called as platform, right? They're platform independent programs. But whereas the programs which before Java language, whatever the programming languages we use, and whatever the applications we develop by using those programming languages, they are platform dependent. And Java programs platform independent. What is the meaning of platform independence here? Platform independence is nothing but I am going to write my program, and whatever the intermediate file which is generated, and this intermediate file will not is not dependent on what? Any platforms here. It is simply independent of all the platforms, and you can run this file on any platform. That is the meaning of what? Platform independent. This is the one feature you have. Like this, you have a lot more features, right? You have still you have different features here. So that is what here. So as you said, now coming to the second point, somebody told, right? Cost. What about the cost? This is software, you need to purchase it, right? The beauty of the software is you need not to spend a single rupee to use this software. You will have the softwares, you will have some softwares which need to purchase, right? But this is a software which is absolutely free, and the software is called as open source. Open source means what? Right? It has different meaning. It has a different meaning. This software is absolutely free, and it is available in the net. The company which is giving this software, and they are giving this software for you to the software they are giving for you for free. Absolutely, you can download this software from their site, and you can develop the applications by using this software. So there is no cost also. It is not going to cost you a single rupee. It is absolutely free. You can download it and you can use it, right? And the third we have listed like easy to use. Is it easy to use there? Is it complex to write the programs by using the software? Absolutely, it is not complex to write the programs by using the software. That means if you have some knowledge in C and C++, any for the previous programming languages comparing to Java, whatever the previous programming languages you have, if you have some knowledge in this programming language, C language especially, you can write the Java programs, because you can write the Java programs simply, easily. Why? Because whatever the syntaxes it uses, all the syntaxes which are taken from what? C language only. So how you write a C program? Almost all you can write the Java program by using the same syntax. 85 to 90% the syntaxes are same. There are no special syntaxes are given with Java programming. There are slight changes you have, but not most. 85 to 90% the same syntaxes, because simple fundamental rules. They are already the customer. They are like if you take the mobile example, if a new mobile is launched in the market, if some customer is already using the old mobile, if the company wants to attract the customer who is already using the old mobile, he will give what? Some same features with what? Additional features. In the same way, there are some programmers who are developing their applications by using their language, a C kind of language. So if they want to attract these already existing programmers, so they have taken the same syntaxes. So the C programmer will not feel like I'm learning a new programming language. He will not feel like I'm learning a new programming language. He will simply just migrate from a C to Java in the same way. How he has written in the same C programming, in the same programming he can do. Right? So this is how, this is absolutely free. It is open source. Open source means it's absolutely free of cost. Not only free of cost, but how the software is developed. Everything related to the software is absolutely free. So it is free of cost. So it is giving more features to the programmers comparing to what? The old programming languages, right? And it is platform independent. So you can write only once and you can run your programs on any other environments. And it is easy to use because all the syntaxes are taken from what? The previous languages. No special syntaxes are given, right? So like this set of features, lot more features still you have. It is multi-threaded, it is object-oriented. This is the first thing you need to discuss actually. It is object-oriented programming language. Comparing to C, C is procedural-oriented, Java is object-oriented programming language, right? So it is secured. Comparing to C, it is more secured. The classes, whatever you write, they are secured because every class is going to be executed inside what? A virtual machine. So it makes sure that whatever this intermediate format is generated, it is generated in the correct format, or lots of things it is going to do internally, right? So like this, Java programming language has more features comparing to what? The previous languages. And still in the market, if I take current market situation, right, it is still dominating in the market, right? So there are some competing programming languages are there in the industry like .NET and all, but still comparing to them, this is still dominating programming language in the market, right? So today in the market, this is the dominating programming language. We cannot say about tomorrow. There may be some other language which provides you what? More features than Java. Then definitely every programmer moves to that programming language. But time being in the current language, the current generation, in the current scenario, in the current industry, this is the most dominating programming language to develop the applications, right? So this is why the same thing, right? When you purchase a product, you will see all these things, and when I am going to use a programming language, definitely I am going to see what advantages it is giving me as a user. Definitely we will always see what it is going to provide me, what kind of advantage it is going to provide me. So like this wide variety of features it is going to provide me comparing to what? Previous languages, right? Right, it is simple to use, it is object oriented, it is platform independent, it is secure, it is portable, it is multi-threaded, it is distributed, whatnot, lot more, right? And by using this programming language, as a programmer, you can develop wide variety of, you can develop different types of applications also. So coming to these applications, we have different types of applications. You have standalone applications, you have web applications, you have desktop applications, and you have enterprise applications, and all these different type of applications you can develop by using this language. The same language you can use to develop these applications. And you might have seen in the mobiles also, you see some kind of programs, applications are going to be run in the mobiles like games and all. So this same language you can use to develop different types of applications also, where it is not possible with C kind of a programming. So it is possible to generate some kind of desktop applications, standalone applications, or some network applications. But Java provides you, by using Java, you can develop different type of a number of different type of applications, standalone, desktop, web, enterprise. Yes, all applications are possible to develop by using this Java, right? So it is one of the famous language in the like internet. If you want to do the internet kind of programming, yes, this is one famous language by using which you can develop the web applications. Right, like this you have beautiful advantages comparing to the previous languages, right? So here, this is some introduction regarding this Java and all. Now, if you have any queries, absolutely you can ask me now, so that we can continue further.
No, it's fine. I think it's quite clear.
It's quite clear, right? The explanation is as a customer, like in simple, I can say like you are the customer of a product, you will be seeing the features. In the same way, I am the programmer. I'm using this software. Definitely, I need to understand what features it is giving me. In the next few years, you can get some other programming languages giving you new features. Absolutely, you will be moving on to this. This is again, you can compare it. Already you are in industry, so that nowadays QTP everybody are using. Olden days people are used to test everything manually. Now one automated tool QTP came, and people are using this. And nowadays you have one Selenium. I think you know the importance of the Selenium. Now industry is looking towards Selenium. The same reason,
Yes.
because open source, absolutely free of cost.
Correct.
And people need to buy licenses if they want to use QTP kind of thing. And it almost all provide the same features what QTP is providing to you. The same thing here, the same thing here, the same thing. As a user, definitely you need to know. So this is what Java is going to provide you. This is what some introduction I have given. Lot more things you can do with this. Lot more advantages it is still having. But Jitendra, what about you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's fine, right? You have any questions? Yes, absolutely you can ask. Don't worry about the language. Like if you are comfortable in Hindi, I can understand Hindi also.
Yes, sir. No problem.
No problem, right? So it's clear, this discussion.
Yes, yes.
Fine. So this is what some introduction regarding to Java and all. So as I told you, so it's a programming languages. Whenever you use a programming, it's not a programming language. Whenever you want to talk any language, whenever you want to learn any language, the fundamental things is the vocabulary and the grammar. The first primary focus would be on what grammar it is having, and what syntaxes I need to follow, what characters it uses, and what syntax I need to follow. That is the fundamental thing we need to understand to write a program. And it's a programming languages. It's always better to compare these things with our regular life. It's not a different thing, right? So this is what you have here. This is some introduction related to Java. And guys, actually, one thing I wanted to do is actually for today I'm taking the session like 8 to some 9:30 or 10. If possible, I'm going to move the session schedule 1 hour before, actually 7 or some time. Not from tomorrow, maybe since Monday. Is it okay that time for both of you? 7 to 9.
7 to 9.
Yep.
So tomorrow there is no class, sir?
No. We have the class, but I'm going to change the schedule from Monday, if it is okay with you guys.
Monday?
Monday, since Monday, 7 o'clock or 7:30, half an hour or 1 hour before I want to start it. Is it okay? If it is comfortable time for both of you, then we can do it. Otherwise, we'll continue in this regular time.
No, it's okay at 7 o'clock.
For Jitendra. What about Kiran? You have some doubt, I think.
Yeah, because sometimes in the office, if we have a call or meeting or something like that.
Yeah, that day we can find alternate.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
I am also
That's
working.
it.
I am also working, right? After my office hours, I need to come and I need to take decisions.
Oh, okay, fine. What
will
I'm
see
thinking
it.
is, no, if you are taking at 7 o'clock, then I'll take the call from my office itself.
Yeah, no problem. You need
Yeah,
to have a
and
go-to-meeting software. Anywhere you can sit and you can have a meeting.
yeah,
Yeah, tomorrow
yeah.
will be the same time, 8 to
Okay,
10,
okay,
Okay.
and we'll see
And
some.
Saturday, Sunday,
Saturday I'm planning. Sunday is off. See,
Saturday, Sunday?
it's not. Sunday is off.
Oh,
Saturdays we'll plan, but I'm available. I'm available, and I'm available on Sundays also. It's
okay,
all
fine,
comfort levels of you guys.
right.
Right? It's not only 2 hours. If possible, we extend also.
Sure.
Depends.
Uh, okay, if I have to communicate other than this, okay, like, do you have an email ID or
Yeah,
something so that,
definitely. You can drop me a mail.
yeah,
Right. Right. We can. You can drop me a mail. I think the mail ID which you can see there. It is there, but I don't regularly use this mail ID. You do one thing. I'm giving my mail ID, and as well I'm going to share my mobile number also.
yeah,
Right. So just everybody, any telephone or mobile, you can mail me. No problem.
so type karo na.
Yeah, I'm giving it. This is my mobile number. 888-507-8507. Fine. And just if you drop me a mail if you're unable to reach. First, just drop me a mail, right? Because I will be busy in my office hours and all.
okay,
Yeah, this is my mail ID.
Sir, mail ID?
Yeah, this is my mail ID. So you are absolutely free to write the mails. No problem. Right? So fine guys, so tomorrow we'll be meeting at 8 o'clock sharp, and don't be late, right? So if you come early so that we can cover early, and if it is possible for me to extend the hour also, I can extend it like half an hour or 40 minutes, right? And
Sir, better we will start at 7 o'clock and then we will extend.
on Monday, from Monday we'll do
Yes.
it.
Yes, yes.
Tomorrow I have some
And
other. Saturdays we
one
are
more thing,
working.
sir.
Yeah, yeah.
In morning also you are only taking the class? Morning session?
Morning, no. Time being we have session in evening only.
Oh, okay.
This class is regular time is in the evening only.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, okay.